Level 1, the Trash Tier. This level is reserved for the entities that exist solely to be defeated. They have no narrative, weight, no real power, and usually rely on numbers rather than skill. The most prominent example is the Serpo clones in their unfused state. They rely entirely on technology and holographic barriers. Without their gadgets, they're just tall, awkward figures in morph suits, with the combat speed of a turtle. Aroound was able to outrun and outmaneuver them before he even understood his powers. If an alien invasion force can be stopped by a high school girl swinging a baseball bat, they belong in the trash. Rapid fire roll call. The school spirits, entities like Hanako-san and the atomical model, Taro, fall here. They rely on shock value. Once the fear wears off, they are very fragile and easily dismantled. The zombies, the generic drones from the first chapter. They're loud, slow, and literally falling apart. The cattle mutilation aliens. Scary character designs, but they have zero aura and exist purely to be farmed for XP. Level 2, the gimmick tier. These characters are dangerous, but only until you figure out their specific rule or trick. Once the gimmick is exposed, they become useless. The Flatwoods monster is the perfect example. It has a terrifying design, but its entire combat strategy is based on sumo wrestling. It wants to push you. Its reliance on this specific rule set is its downfall. The moment Aroound realized he didn't have to wrestle it and could just kick it in the face, the threat vanished. It has zero versatility and cannot adapt to a chaotic fight. Rapid fire roll call. The Tsuchinoko. Its power is being slippery. It's annoying to catch, but being hard to grab is in a win condition. The monkey alien. It utilized a chainsaw and a barrier, which made it dangerous initially, but the moment its barrier broke, it panicked like a toddler. Nessie. Before fusing with the Serpos, Nessie is just a large water dinosaur. Dangerous if you're swimming, but completely immobilized and useless if you're standing on dry land. Level 3, the mid-tier. These are the gatekeepers. They possess respectable physical stats and durability, but they lack the X factor or special abilities required to be elite. The Dover Demon represents the peak of this tier. He doesn't use lasers or psychic powers. He relies entirely on boxing. He gave the main crew a difficult fight purely through stats, strength, durability, and aggression. However, he is a stat check boss. He can be outsmarted and outmaneuvered by anyone with high mobility. He has no range options, meaning if you can kite him, you win. Rapid fire roll call. The giant crab alien. It required teamwork to kill due to its armor, but ultimately it's just a large animal with a weakness to boiled water. The subterraneans, stronger than Serpos and faster than zombies, but they're essentially just high-level foot soldiers for the real villains. Real quick, if you have elite taste in anime and want to see more breakdowns like this, hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel a ton. Now let's get to the specialists. Level 4, the specialist tier. These characters have offensive output that rivals the high tiers, but they're held back by a massive flaw, usually their own personality or durability. Irish Tori, Acrobatic Silky, fits here. Her hair manipulation is a top-tier power set, allowing her to grapple, shield, slice, and mobilize. However, she's delusional. She treats life-or-death battles like a shoujo manga, posing when she should be dodging and monologuing when she should be killing. Her arrogance is a massive debuff. She takes unnecessary damage because she's too busy focused on her image. If she's locked in, she'd be elite. Until then, she's a liability. Kinta, the nanomech. The great Buddha mech, built from nanoskin house materials, has destructive power capable of punching through kaiju. But the pilot is Kinta. He's clumsy, panicked, and uncoordinated. Rapid fire roll call. The Fused Serpo, Nessie form. Fusing grants them strength, but they retain their bickering personalities, often arguing with each other mid-fight. Rin, the class rep, she possesses high spiritual sensitivity and potential but lacks a combat form, relegating her to a support specialist role. Level 5, the elite tier. This is the standard for high-level combatants. These characters combine power, speed, and high battle IQ to adapt to almost any situation. Momo Ayase is the MVP of this tier. Her psychic power isn't just lifting objects. She controls the battlefield. She bends telephone poles into cages, rips up asphalt to create shields, and uses enemy momentum against them. She visualizes the win condition before the fight even starts. Aroound Turbo Granny form. Speed is the most broken stat in anime, and Aroound has it in spades. He generates momentum that hits like a truck. His only weakness is stamina. He burns out quickly. But for the few minutes he's active, he's nearly untouchable. Unjizuma, the Delinquent King. He went toe-to-toe with Aroound using his Demon Umbrella power. He has range, defense, and insane physical stats. He isn't just a thug. He's a warrior who understands the flow of combat. Rapid fire roll call. Psycho, the Granny. If she wasn't limited by the town's barrier, she'd be level 6 or 7. Inside her territory, she's a god. Vamola, Kaiju Suit, military-grade alien tech. She's a walking tank with auto-adaptation capabilities. The Evil Eye, restrained. Even when Gigi is holding him back, his base durability and strength put him firmly in the elite tier. Level 6, the Calamity tier. These are the entities that you don't fight, you survive them. They represent a shift from action to horror. The Evil Eye, fully unleashed. When Gigi loses control, the Evil Eye becomes a massacre. Powered by the souls of sacrificed children, he has infinite stamina and creates balls of condensed hatred that nuke city blocks. Aroound and Momo can't beat him in a straight 1v1. They have to trick him into sleeping. That is the definition of a calamity. Raiko Kashima, the 10 PM woman, the scariest design in the series. She traverses mirrors, warps reality, and if she claims you, she erases you. She occupied an entire arc simply because nobody could touch her. She is a natural disaster wearing a trench coat. Rapid fire roll call. The Kaiju Suits. The massive alien suits that destroyed Vamola's home. They require the entire team working together just to scratch one. The Shrimp, true form. When the Manta Shrimp gets serious to protect his son, his power spikes to calamity levels, capable of fighting alien fleets. Level 7, the Transcendental tier. We're leaving Earth. These beings operate on a scale we cannot comprehend. The Kerr, the Globalists, the main antagonist of the space arc. This isn't just an alien. It's a hive mind that spans galaxies. They wipe out civilizations for resources and treat Earth like a gas station. The scale of the Kerr represents the true horror of DanDaDan. The universe is massive, hostile, and indifferent to your existence. Count Saint Germain, the most mysterious figure in the series. He walks through history collecting anomalies. He looked at Turbo Granny, one of the strongest spirits on Earth, and treated her like a common collectible. He knows the secrets of the universe that Momo and Aroound are just beginning to discover. Level 7 characters don't have health bars. They have narratives. They're the reason the story exists. Rapid fire roll call. Turbo Granny Prime. We only see a fraction of her power in Aroound. In her prime, she was a spirit that terrorized Japan for generations. The alien motherships. Structures so large they alter the tides. They're not enemies, they're environments. So that's the hierarchy. From the useless Serpo clones to the reality warping Saint Germain. Did I rank Zuma too high? Did I disrespect Ira? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see a breakdown of every mystery still unsolved in DanDaDan, click this video right here. Peace.